Hi, today I received in the post a package that I wasn't actually expecting. Recently I'd ordered a OTG charger hub from Banggood. I was told that they didn't have it in the EU store, so it was going to come from China. This was only about 6 or 7 days ago. However, I opened it up, not knowing what it was, and it turned out to be the cable. So super quick shipping all the way from China. So just to run through, because it's not a proper unboxing today because I've already unboxed it or unpackaged it. So it came in this, which is sort of the standard packaging that I tend to get for smaller items from Banggood. So it came in that. And then this is what you get. So you get just a charging cable, hub, a sealed case, bit of information on the back, where to post it back to, and yeah, let's go through and see if it works. So I originally bought this because I had the other one, if I can just grab it, sorry, just out of shot. I originally bought this one off Banggood, which was also advertised as a charging hub. I have done another video where I explain why this isn't actually the most suitable one for the Chewy HI8. It does work, however it isn't as efficient as what I hope this one to be. So whereas this one will just about charge your HI8 with nothing plugged in, I'm hoping this one will solve that, because this one can handle a higher charge capacity. So we shall see. So anyway, let's see if I can get into this. Okay, it's useless to me. And here we have a very similar device. They're the same as the other charger, with the exception of 4 ports rather than this one, which just has 3 on one side. And actually what I did find, that if I can grab a couple, that when I was using more than one port, that way around, depending on the size of the USB you were using, you wouldn't be able to use them all. So if you had a mouse or what have you, your keyboard, then sometimes you find that actually you couldn't plug both of those peripherals in at the same time. This one apparently solves that, because they're wider in between and there's 2 on each side. So even if one is a bit too bulky and won't fit, you know that you've also got another one on the other side to use. So first things first, let's see if it charges. So I have a Chewy HI8 on the actual page from Banggood, so this is where I got it from. There's nothing really on here which explains about what it does and doesn't work with that well. Just explains the switch modes, and it does say it is compatible with another Chewy system. So we shall see whether it charges. So I have a plugged in cable here, and we run that at the end and check that the mode is set to number 2, which it is, which is great. And let's plug, got it the right way around, let's plug this in. I could be wrong, did that make a funny noise? Yeah, it makes a funny clicking noise. I don't know whether you could hear that on camera. Let's try again. I'll bring it up to my microphone so you might be able to see it. Click then. It seems to click when it's plugged in. I don't know what that is. I might have to see whether that's right or not. However, appears to be charging. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in a couple of devices, including a USB mouse, and let's shove in there a USB stick. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the camera and see if it does charge. So I will get back to you shortly to tell you whether it's going up or down. I'm not going to move the device, I'm just going to go away, then we're going to come back and you're going to see if it's charging or not. Okay, so I've been running the USB charger for a few minutes now, and I've noticed that the battery isn't going down, but it also isn't going up. So what I've decided to do, just to mix it up a little bit, is to play a video that I put together of my cat, which is 60 frames per second, running at 1080p. So I'm going to leave that and just see whether it goes down. I will speed up this video, otherwise it'll be very boring to watch. But I set the screen to full brightness. I've set the video on loop. The video is also coming off the USB, and I'm just going to leave it for a few minutes just to see whether the battery does go down or goes up. Okay, well, I'm going to stop that there. I could carry on, but I think it's probably pointless. If it's not done anything after 7 minutes, then I can't see it doing anything after 10, 15, maybe even 30. Now, just to double check, let me stop that video. According to the system, most of the power is being drawn by the display. So it might actually mean that whilst you've got extra devices plugged in, it hasn't got enough ampage to be able to charge the battery, but it may still be able to keep it at its current rate, which means it's still extremely useful for anything you want to use it for whilst you need it plugged in. So if you are a video user and you want this to obviously, I don't know, take with you somewhere on the train and what have you, then it might do you for a couple of hours. But if you have somewhere that you can plug it in, so on an aircraft maybe, because quite a lot of them now have areas in which you can plug in, or obviously some of the newfangled trains like the Virgin trains, then it's ideal because it'll keep charging. Now, there is some heat, a little bit of heat coming from this, but nothing noticeable. The tablet is quite warm. That might be because it's trying to charge and also run on all the devices at the same time. But overall, I would say it's pretty decent. I can access everything, the devices work, and the battery's not going down, so it automatically beats this one, but just sadly not enough to charge the tablet. Now I imagine if I could play around with the settings and maybe bring the screen resolution down slightly. I've got the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth turned off. Maybe there's a few settings that I could change in order for it to charge a bit better, but overall, I would say for my purposes, because I'm going to be using this in a 3D printer, this suits my needs, because as long as the battery doesn't go down, and as long as it keeps consistently at the same number of whatever it is on there, currently we're on 86%, then it's going to fulfill the purpose of what I need it to. So you need to make the decision on whether this is something that is useful for you. It might work better on different tablets. I'm only using it on the Chewy Hi8, which draws a lot of power just for its display. But at the end of the day, if you need something to run your devices, like your keyboard and mouse or USBs, then I would definitely recommend this, because you can at least have a go at charging at the same time. Now, If there's anything you want me to go through, if there's any questions that you want to raise, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. If this video was at all useful to you, then please like, and if you want to buy this device, then it's found on the Banggood website, and I'll leave a description in a link below. Thank you.